Hey y'all, here's another favorite story of mine from 31 Ghost Stories, a project I worked on with artist Ellis Goodson back in 2014. This one's number 26, Junker. Mac stood outside of his auto shop, wiping his greasy hands on an equally greasy rag as he watched the kid push his old Junker up the road. That thing was going to be the death of him, but that kid just wouldn't give it up. What's wrong with it now? Mac called as soon as they were in earshot. The kid didn't answer until he pushed the car onto the gravel drive in front of his shop. He stood back, his chest heaving, and dragged his sweaty hair out of his eyes. Oil pan, he said between breaths. It just fell out. About a mile back. Just as well. I was on my way for an oil change. I'm surprised it's made it long enough to need an oil change, Mac muttered. He tucked the rag into his back pocket and bent over to look under the chassis. It's a fighter, the kid told him. It just has its quirks. Like when the brakes failed on the highway? Yeah, but that was only twice. And the accelerator got struck in that school zone? Good thing I bottomed out on that speed bump. And then the heater wouldn't shut off full blast this summer? The kid shrugged and stopped with a twitch. I just kept the windows down and drank plenty of water. At least we finally got the headlights to stay on at night. The kid rubbed his shoulder. Mac could hear a bruise. The kid rubbed his shoulder. Mac could see a bruise growing where his throat had. The kid rubbed his shoulder. Mac could see a bruise going across his throat where the seatbelt must have caught him. Mac went into a shop and came back with his old leather-bound King James. Let's give this a shot. The kid laughed, but then he fell back to panting for air again. Mac was only 3 minutes into the exorcism when the car let out a rusty groan. Black mist stinking of lead and sulfur poured out from under the hood. It gathered into a cloud above the cracked windshield and then shot into the sky. The car stood still a moment, and then it imploded. All 4 tires popped with loud bangs, the roof collapsed onto the seats, and different sections of the body fell off in multiple directions. When the dust cleared, there wasn't much left. The kid stood with his jaw hanging open. Mac closed his Bible. Tell you what, that'll be free of charge.